welcome. You're watching Mirror now. I'm Archana Solanki. We start this broadcast with a story that impacts you directly. By 2023 March, you'll be able to board a flight by simply scanning your face. In a bid to decongest airports and streamline passenger experience, the government has said that it is going to roll out the facial recognition technology in airports across India by March 2023. Varanasi, Pune, Kolkata and Vijaywada airports will be among the first where the artificial intelligence-based facial recognition system will be implemented by March 2023. The Minister of State for Civil Aviation Gen Singh told Parliament today that preliminary testing of the system has been completed at some airports. He also added that the security requirement is dynamic in nature. The facial recognition technology is widely used to unlock smartphones, tablets and other such devices, and it will now soon be available at airports as well. All right, this is the latest as far as the big news coming in from the airport. Let's give you more details about this facial recognition technology, and all you need to know about it is in 2021, the government had clarified that the passengers have to submit their travel details through an app. PNR facial biometrics will be submitted through this app. And this, however, when the safety concerns were being talked about, the government did clarify in 2021 that this system is optional as a part of their Digi initiative, Digi Yatra initiative. It is up to you whether you want to input your details or not. And this passenger data will be retained during passenger transit, but it will not be retained for more than 24 hours. For more on this, I'm joined by Madhav on the broadcast, who covers Parliament for the network. Madhav, thank you for joining us on the broadcast. A very important clarification coming in by the centre, because last year it was said that by 2022 facial recognition technology will be available at the airports, but now the government has said that by 2023 March, important airports of this country will have this technology, and this is being done to streamline the passengers' experience and of course to enhance security. For the benefit of our viewers, could you share some details about this technology and how the government plans to take it forward?
Facial recognition technology is something that is increasingly being used globally. Now, there are, of course, multiple views on the benefits of it and the drawbacks of it. Like with every new technology, there will, of course, be certain safeguards that will have to be put in place. But several countries are already using, facial recognition technology. Like, for instance, UAE, which is not so far from India, uses it for its own immigration purposes and has taken it several steps forward. Own internal and governmental procedures to get data as well as confirmation various aspects, which drastically, they say, cuts down time and the bureaucratic red tape that is often associated with such processes that exist, and of course cause a huge amount of hassle to passengers who may have to stand in long queues, for instance, after making a long international flight. So that is really the thought process behind bringing in such facial recognition technology to facilitate security as well as other processes of government as well. This technology would be beneficial, is what the government is saying. Of course, there are those who have cautioned against the collection of this kind of data as far as citizens is concerned, because they fear that in the absence of adequate data privacy and protection measures and legislations and framework for that, this data has the potential to be misused. However, we will only know once such measures are actually implemented as to how it will actually work on ground. But certainly, of course, the government, as you rightly mentioned earlier, extending the deadline.
Right. Thank you, Madhav, for those very important updates. So this is the latest. The government today clarifying in Parliament that the facial recognition technology will be introduced in some of the airports across the country by March 2023. Remember last year when there were concerns that were being raised about the safeguards taken by the government to prevent the leakage of passenger data, because a lot of activists, a lot of members of the opposition parties had raised questions about privacy and safety of your data. The government did say that as per the Digi Yatra policy, registering for this ecosystem is optional for the passengers, and the government will not retain your data beyond 24 hours. For more on this, I'm joined by Ankur Sabharwal, who's a co-founder of Covert.ai. Mrs. Abarwal, thank you for making time and speaking to Mirror Now. Today in the Parliament, the government clarified that by March 2023, several airports across India will have facial recognition technology. What is your view on this? We also know that there are certain concerns around facial recognition, but the government says that it's going to streamline and enhance the user experience, because there will be a lot of, it'll streamline, it'll hasten, it'll expedite the process. What is your view on this development?
Yeah, definitely. So I encourage and I welcome this move, and I definitely see a lot of values and a lot of use cases coming with this facial recognition in the airports. There are many benefits. I'll talk about the cons later, but the benefits, if I talk about, first and foremost is the security, right? So I'm not talking yet about the data security. I'm talking about the physical security, right? We'd be able to identify a few people if we want to identify with facial recognition. And also we should be able to find people need medical assistance if they're alone, right? We can find those people in need real-time, run-time, and send alerts to the right people. Shopping, commercialization, right? We would be able to know what users, passengers are looking for, right? You see, you go to the store in the airport, it's a big store, and I don't think we can expect attendants coming to us for every passenger, every customer in the shop. And with AI, we can see, hey, who are coming, and the guy is looking at what area, and probably based on how much time he or she has already spent, personalized help can be approached immediately with real-time alerts. And think about the commercialization space as well. We can see eyeballs also with AI, computer vision. We can see how many people are looking at that area, that side of the airport, right? And then the demand of that side can increase. We can have the amenities there, or ad space there, or some particular shops there. So there are many benefits. I can go a little more if it's okay with you. Should I add a few more benefits?
Yes, please do that.
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks. Let me go on. You see, we can identify male and female, right? When it's airport, we have different security mechanism for females and different for male. And when we know how many people are male, how many female, we can have better operations planning, right? And it's also very important for airport operators to give the bag faster to the passenger. Right. We can identify, we can have the computer vision and see bags are reaching right, and sometimes if there are loopholes in the process, we can identify that loopholes in the system and identify. And sometimes we keep the bag and go to, say, toilet, or some go to eatery or shop something. And if we have to identify whose bag is this, we can definitely use this technology with enhanced feature to find out whose bag is this, and that guy can be contacted real time.
All right. Thank you so much, Mrs. Abarwal, for very patiently explaining to us the benefits of facial recognition tech. And as the government today said, it told Parliament that by March 2023, several airports across the country will have facial recognition technology.